Hey, good morning. Happy Thursday. Thankful Thursday, right? I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful morning, or plan to have a wonderful morning. You know, it's a good day to have a good day. I said that yesterday and I meant it. We have to decide what our day's going to look like, right? So it's a good day to have a good day. So what are we going to talk about today? Now, I get excited about this one. Debbie should have never let me be the one talking about this one. But we have talked a lot about imagination and benefits and those kinds of things this month so far. So we're going to continue that. And we're going to talk about observing imagination in action. What should you look for when observing imaginative play among young children? So now we're observing, we're taking notes, we're documenting, we're assessing, we're doing all of those things that Elizabeth loves because I know for a fact that they'll help the children grow and expand their knowledge and experiences. So let's get to it. What should we look for when we're observing an imaginative play among young children? Observing imaginative play is more than just watching children pretend, those little quotes. It's witnessing the mind at work. It is watching the light bulb come on. It is seeing the aha moments, and it is so rewarding and so exciting. You have to practice. You have to practice. You have to get in there and do this so that you can understand what it is that they're doing. Through imagination, children reveal their understanding of the world. They test social roles. They practice problem solving in ways that traditional assessments cannot capture. Intentional observation helps you see the depth of learning taking place in play and identify the ways to scaffold for future growth. If you're not doing this, I encourage you to try it today. 10 minutes. You'll be hooked, I promise. So, here's the first thing. Look for signs of creativity and original thinking. Notice when children transform ordinary materials into extraordinary objects, like that block I talked about yesterday becomes a phone, the stick becomes a magic wand, the blanket turns into a superhero cape. You have seen all of these things happen in your space with toddlers, with preschoolers. You've seen this happen. Pay attention to flexibility. How quickly children shift from one idea to another or combine multiple ideas into a new storyline. Pay attention to those things. Look for persistence in creative expression. Do they return to expand on a previous idea or story the next day? So do they start all over and or pick it up where they left off and move on? Well, you don't know those things if you're not actively observing and listening and watching. So here's an observation example. Liam wrapped a scarf around his shoulders and declared, "I'm the wind. Watch me blow everything away." He then ran through the block area pretending to make towers fall. So the interpretation of that is that Liam demonstrates symbolic thinking, creative role play, and cause and effect reasoning. Why might he act that way? Well, if you were in Arkansas yesterday, randomly the wind starts blowing at about 40 to 50 miles an hour, and some of our friends lost their fences. Some of our friends lost boxes that they'd set outside to use on the playground to build block towers with. All kinds of things. Leaves went everywhere. It was crazy. So he may have been outside playing when the wind was crazy, and he got this idea. I'll be the wind and knock things over. You never know where those ideas come from, but they come, and we get to see this happen. We get to see the work. So we listen to their language and imagination. Children's language during pretend play is often rich and layered. Invented words, complex sentences, or expressive tones that signal emotional investment in their roles. You hear their parents in their voices. Had a long, lengthy conversation about something that one of my boys heard another friend say on the playground at school yesterday that was quite colorful. And he was telling me all about what his friend was saying. And we had a long talk about that as we ate our Sonic chili cheese fries and chili cheese tots and drank our slushies. You know, I'm a good nana. We had a good afternoon snack yesterday. They got to pick. So we had lots of great conversation because that's the rule. When we're in the car having a snack after school, we talk about our day. And Jeremiah, y'all all know Jeremiah, he like rolls his eyes. He said, I know, Nana, we're going to talk about our day. Yes, we are going to talk about our day. But guess what? He got a 37 out of 40 on his points yesterday. And I was so proud of him. So proud of him. He had a great day yesterday. Document this key dialogue that they're giving you. It's showing you that they're able to problem solve. They're able to negotiate. That might sound like, you can be the captain if I get to steer next time. When we teach them how to play together, when we show them how to play together, that's the kind of things that can happen. Observe storytelling progression. Do they introduce the characters? Do they talk about the conflicts? Do they figure out how to resolve the conflicts? Here's a tip. This is something that I like to do when I'm observing in your classrooms. I like to record short snippets of dialogue in my notes. And then I like to physically record, and then go back and look at what I missed. Because I promise you that I'm recording this little in space, you know, of things happening, but there's other things happening around. So with video, I'm able to get more input than I can watch at one time. But when you get these snippets of dialogue, they often reveal language growth and narrative understanding, because you can really process it. Observe social collaboration and role negotiation. Watch how they assign roles. You be the baby, I'll be the mommy, and how flexible they are when peers want to join or change the scenario on them. Look for empathy and emotional literacy. Are they comforting? Are they cooperating? Are they resolving disagreements within their pretend context? And pay attention to their leadership patterns. Who takes initiative? And how do others respond to that? Who's going to be your leaders? So here's a reflection question for you from that. How does imaginative play help each child practice social problem solving and empathy? Big topic right now. Social problem solving and empathy. And then note how children use the environment. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Observe how they adapt available materials for symbolic purposes and how the physical setup supports or limits creativity. Document which spaces invite the most imagination. Is that dramatic play? The block area and your outdoor classroom. Are they anxious to get to that outdoor classroom and play in that outdoor setting? Think about, well, I've thought of this. I've seen this happen. The sand table becomes a dinosaur dig site. You know, they're talking about dinosaurs, and they've got the sandbox, and all of a sudden the rocks become fossils. That can just happen with children who are into dinosaurs or who have recently watched a dinosaur show. Then they want to turn everything they can into dinosaurs. And that's boys and girls. I have a great niece that by the age of 4, she knew every historical fact about a dinosaur. She absolutely loved them. When this happens, children are demonstrating collaborative problem solving, scientific inquiry, and creativity sparked by open-ended materials, which is a good thing. And then again, document, reflect, and plan. Use these photos, use these anecdotal notes in children's own words to capture these imaginative moments, and then reflect afterward what skills were being practiced. Language, cooperation, problem solving, emotion expression. What skills were being practiced? And then use your documentation to plan provocations that build on children's emerging interest in storylines. I hope that's helpful. Here's your reflection question for today. What new ideas or emotions did I see expressed through imaginative play today? And how did I support or limit children's creativity with my presence or my responses? Y'all be blessed. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again.